everyone, and welcome back to Wildcard Wednesday, January 13th, 2010. I'm sorry I'm so late getting this video up today, but it's been a really crazy week. We've had the birth of a brand new grandson, which has just been ecstatic, and then a lot of our other doula clients have been going into labor, so I thought, let me just take a little moment for me and make this little card for you. So the supplies that we're going to be using in this card, we're going to be using pumpkin pie ink and some basic brown ink. I'm going to be using some paper from this paper line called Summer Picnic. It was in this Stampin' Up! Clearance section just before Christmas, and when I checked again it was still there, so you might want to have a look-see because they've got some really nice paper. You can see the different types of paper there. I am going to be using this little polka dotted piece here, and the other side it's really mini polka dots. We're going to be using the new little tag punch from Stampin' Up! Along with, this is an old stamp set, it's called Lexicon of Love, and we're going to be using the thanks from that one. I'm using some thin twine, some orange ribbon, little piece of an orange felt flower that I had in my stash. These really pretty silver brads from Stampin' Up! They're little flower brads, and some red sticky tape, as well as just regular adhesive, either your snail adhesive or if you use an ATG gun, and a toilet paper roll. So this is going to be form as our envelope for our card. I've done a video a while back where I showed you how to make a toilet paper roll mini book, but this one we're just going to be creating a simple card. So the first thing you're going to do is take your toilet paper roll and just flatten it out really good, using your bone folder to really crease it down really flat. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a piece of this red sticky strip, run it along the bottom to close one end of our envelope. So we've got that closed. So here's the top part of our card. Another thing I forgot to mention too, we're going to be using a 1 1/4 inch circle punch. So the first thing we're going to do is take our printed paper and we're going to completely cover the toilet paper roll. Taking our 1 1/4 inch punch, and I'm going to punch a little opening so that our tag that we're going to make in just a second is easily removed. There you go. So we've got our little niche in there. Next thing we're going to do is take our pumpkin pie ink and just kind of ink a little bit around the edges of our card. So we've created our basic envelope for our cards. We're just going to get finished decorating this, and then we'll go on to the inner part of the card. I'm going to take some orange ribbon here, just run some adhesive, leaving some hanging over, and then we'll flip it over, do the same thing on that side. This is where the white twine comes in. We're just going to take a little piece of twine here, and to tie up our ribbon, we'll just use the twine for a little piece of embellishment. I always like to tie a knot first and then a bow. So we've tied our twine around. Don't trim these ends off just yet. We'll do that in just a minute, but we can trim this ribbon to whatever your desired length is, and you can trim it at an angle if you want. Now the next thing we're going to do is take that really nice orange flower and these really pretty brads, and I think we'll take a large flower brad. Let's see, comes with multiple sizes, so we'll take one of the bigger ones. So the brads that come with this are really cute, but they're kind of short for what I want them to do, so I went and just got a much bigger one, if you can see here the comparison. So I've gone ahead and put some glue dots on the back of this felt flower. Again, don't snip these just yet. We're going to take our basic brown ink and our thanks stamp, and I want to stamp it twice. Sure if you can see it, but I created my little teeny tiny little tag, and the word thanks is right there. Now the reason I didn't want you to cut off this twine, I find sometimes when you're trying to stick something into a little tiny hole like this, it's really hard to thread it through, of course, unless you have a needle. So if you take a little bit of glue stick glue and put it on your fingers and just kind of rub it on the end of this twine, it gives it a little bit of stability, and then you can just simply poke it through. There. Poke it through quite easily, and then your little thanks hangs there, and then we'll just tie this in a double knot. Next thing we're going to go on to do is work on the inside of our tag here. So I took some Whisper White and I created a tag. I just took it from a basic mailing tag, and I trimmed it a tiny bit so that it would fit easily in and out of this toilet paper roll envelope. Next thing I'm going to do to kind of coordinate with the circles on here, I'm going to use this Circle Circus from Stampin' Up, and I think I'll just take this one and maybe this one, because it's got lots of little bubbly circles on it. And I'm going to stamp all over the back of this tag with our pumpkin pie orange ink. Now we're going to take a little piece of our other side of our printed paper and tear it down. Do a nice little tear there. We're going to glue it all the way down like so, and then we'll trim it after we glue it down. So I've gone ahead and adhered the torn piece of printed paper alongside of the tag, and then I inked it around again with that pumpkin pie ink. And the last thing I'm going to do, first I just want to see for placement, pop my tag in. And then I'm just going to staple some ribbon right at the opening of that little half circle there. And I think I've got some green staples in my staplers, so I'll leave it because there's some old olive green in this printed paper. So I'm just going to make sure it's kind of a straight V. And just put in a couple staples like that. Trim the ends of the ribbon off. Oops. And there you have a cute little quirky thank you card that's saving on the environment by recycling. You could make a whole stack of these. And it says, thanks, right there. So, hope you have fun making one of these, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.